Something happened after the final whistle at First Energy Stadium that might matter more than the record itself. Myles Garrett just etched his name into NFL history with 23 sacks, breaking a record that had been taunting him for 3 straight weeks, and instead of basking in his own glory, he turned the spotlight on a rookie quarterback. What he said about Shedeur Sanders wasn't your typical teammate compliment. This felt different. This felt like a legend pointing at the future and saying, "You're next." Let that sink in for a second. For weeks, Garrett had been stuck at 22.5 sacks while every defensive coordinator in the league circled his number in red ink. Double teams, triple teams, chip blocks from tight ends, running backs staying home in protection, quick passes designed to get the ball out in under 2 seconds. They were doing everything possible to deny him that moment. You could see the frustration building, the urgency in his eyes, the weight of being so close but not finishing. Then came the season finale against Cincinnati, and for 3 quarters it looked like history might slip away again. The Bengals protected Joe Burrow like their lives depended on it. Fast releases, max protection, 0 risks. But then, with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Cincinnati blinked. Single coverage. No safety help. Just one blocker between Garrett and destiny. He exploded off the edge with violent speed, dipped under the tackle, and buried Burrow for sack number 23. The stadium erupted. Teammates swarmed him. History was officially sealed. But here's where the story gets fascinating. Instead of making it all about himself, Garrett immediately pivoted. He turned the attention toward Shedeur Sanders with conviction that felt almost prophetic. He said, "I knew he was going to seal it. I'm proud of him." That's not surface-level respect. That's a franchise cornerstone publicly endorsing the future. That's legacy talk. That's a torch being passed in real time. And here's the thing, the Browns were still trailing after Garrett's historic sack. The record was secured, but the win wasn't. That's when Shedeur Sanders stepped forward. Rookie quarterback. Season finale. Everything on the line. No excuses. No bailout. Just execution. Shedeur took the field looking calm and controlled. His footwork was sharp. His reads were clean. He attacked tight windows without hesitation. He didn't look rattled or overwhelmed. He looked ready, like the moment had been waiting for him all season. Big throws on critical downs, smart decisions, command in the huddle. That's not luck, that's growth. Drive after drive, he marched them into field goal range with the poise of a 10-year veteran. Then Dustin Hopkins drilled the game winner as time expired. Final score, Browns 20, Bengals 18. Garrett gets his record in a victory, and Shedeur proves he's wired for pressure. That's not just talent flashing, that's leadership rising in real time. Now here's the part that could reshape the entire direction of this franchise. When Garrett was asked about watching Shedeur close out that final drive, his response hit different. He said once they got into field goal range, he knew Shedeur was going to seal it. Read that again. I knew he was going to seal it. That's not hope, that's not guessing, that's conviction. A future Hall of Famer putting his full trust in a rookie quarterback without hesitation. And notice something else. Garrett had just broken one of the most iconic defensive records in the league, but he didn't center the moment on himself. He pointed at Shedeur and said he believed. That speaks volumes about what's happening inside that locker room. But the story gets even deeper. After the game, Shedeur opened up in a way that most rookies don't. When asked about that final drive, he said he had been dealing with a lot spiritually all week, different battles he had to overcome, and that's why his body language was off. That's raw honesty. He wasn't just battling coverages and blitz packages. He was carrying internal weight, mental strain, emotional pressure, the kind of stuff fans don't see on Sundays. Being a rookie quarterback in the NFL is intense by itself. Add national expectations, constant criticism, endless debate about whether you're the guy, and that pressure multiplies fast. That noise doesn't fade when you leave the stadium. It follows you home, creeps into your thoughts, tests your confidence. And yet when the game was on the line, Shedeur didn't fold. He didn't force throws. He didn't spiral. He stepped up and executed. That's toughness you can't coach. Here's where it becomes something bigger. Shedeur explained what happened at halftime, and this is what real locker rooms are built on. He said close teammates and close friends pulled him aside, gave him encouragement, reminded him who he is, told him to lock in. That's brotherhood. That's accountability. In big moments, real teams don't let their quarterback drown in doubt. They lift him, they stabilize him, they remind him of his standard. And you could see the shift after halftime. Shedeur said they started getting their rhythm, started being themselves. He said they won mentally. This wasn't just about arm strength or play design, it was about mindset, about staying steady when everything feels loud. The Browns didn't just execute plays, they showed belief in each other. And belief changes everything. Then Shedeur reflected on those final drives, the ones that hadn't gone well earlier in the season. He said this time, they got another opportunity, and finished. That's growth. That's development happening in real time. A few weeks ago, those drives ended in disappointment. This time they ended in confidence. He trusted his kicker the same way Garrett trusted him. That's alignment across the locker room. You can feel something shifting in Cleveland. A veteran defensive legend breaks history and publicly backs the rookie quarterback. The rookie admits his struggles, leans on his teammates, wins mentally, and delivers when it matters most. That's not random. That's culture starting to form. Now, let's really step inside Shedeur's mindset, because what he said about that final possession shows serious maturity. When asked what he wanted to prove on that last drive, Shedeur didn't make it dramatic. He said a bad half doesn't define character. That line hits hard. He struggled early, his energy looked off. He admitted he was dealing with internal battles, but instead of spiraling, he reset. That's emotional discipline. That's self-awareness. That's understanding the long game. He leaned into his teammates. He listened, he locked back in. And when the second half kicked off, he looked like a different quarterback. The footwork was cleaner, the timing sharper, the decisions quicker. That's not random, that's intentional growth happening in real time. When asked about those clutch plays, Shedeur kept it simple. He said it was just clicking, they got back to what they'd been doing, going through keys and reads, stuff he knows like the back of his hand. That's preparation meeting pressure. He trusted his reads, trusted his reps, trusted the hours nobody sees. When the moment tightened, he didn't panic, he processed. That's quarterback evolution you can't fake. And then he opened up even deeper about the mental weight he's been carrying all season. He said the whole year has been long, ups and downs, different feelings, and sometimes you have to talk to people, sometimes you have to lean on people. That's vulnerability. That's honesty. A rookie quarterback admitting the season tested him mentally and emotionally. But instead of isolating himself, he leaned on his circle. He continued explaining how his guys came to life at halftime, how they told him, this ain't you right now, the type of positivity you need around you. He said you need people to let you know who you are. That statement carries power. When you're in the trenches of an NFL season, dealing with constant evaluation, public debate, and pressure from every angle, it's easy to lose perspective. You start questioning yourself, doubting your ability, forgetting what made you special in the first place. And in those moments, you need real ones around you. People who remind you who you are, what you bring to the table. That's exactly what Shedeur's teammates did. They didn't let him sink into frustration. They pulled him up, poured confidence back into him. And when he stepped onto that field in the second half, he looked steady, locked in, and ready to take control. That's not luck. That's culture being built right in front of us. Here's the deeper layer. When Shedeur was asked what he learned this season, his answer showed maturity way beyond the typical rookie script. He said he learned what he likes, what he doesn't like, what he sees well, what he doesn't see well. He learned mentally, emotionally, physically, everything. But most importantly, he learned how to deal with feelings, how to deal with things going your way, and things not going your way. That's not normal rookie talk. Most young quarterbacks talk about mechanics and timing routes. Shedeur talked about emotional control, about managing the highs without getting carried away, about handling the lows without letting them crush you. He said you have to create your own reality. You have to have that nucleus of people around you. And it can't just be family. It has to be outside too. Create your own reality. That's elite mindset talk. Don't let circumstances dictate your confidence. Don't let outside opinions run your internal world. Build your stability from the inside out. That's veteran-level thinking from a rookie quarterback. Then came the locker room celebration. When asked what it meant to see the joy after the win, Shedeur kept it completely team-focused. No ego, no spotlight chasing. He said they have each other's backs. Without the defense, they weren't going to do anything. And without the offense driving down the field, the defense did everything they could, but it wouldn't have been enough to win. It's all connected, it's all layered. Trust, accountability, shared belief. That's how contenders are formed. Championship-level teams aren't built on individual stats. They're built on synchronized belief, everyone owning their role, everyone trusting the man next to them. What we saw on Sunday wasn't just Myles Garrett rewriting the record books. It wasn't just the Browns escaping a tough season with a dramatic win. It was something deeper. Two franchise pillars, one already cemented as a legend, and one just stepping into his prime, meeting in the same defining moment and showing the league they're aligned. Fully locked in. Same mission, same belief, same direction. And when your present superstar publicly backs your rising quarterback, when the locker room rallies around mental toughness instead of doubt, when adversity produces growth instead of fractures, that's when something real starts forming. Myles Garrett looked at his rookie quarterback and said, "I knew he was going to seal it. I'm proud of him." That's not casual praise. That's elite recognition. That's a franchise cornerstone stamping approval on the future and letting the entire league know he sees something real. And Shedeur Sanders, after a season packed with pressure and criticism, stepped into the fire when it mattered most. Game on the line, clock bleeding down, no margin for error, and he delivered. That's not hype. That's proof under pressure. This isn't a maybe anymore. The Shedeur Sanders era in Cleveland feels tangible now. Garrett saw it, the locker room felt it, the fans felt it. That's how new chapters begin, not with speeches but with moments. For years, Browns fans have been waiting for alignment like this. A dominant defensive superstar and a rising quarterback on the same page. Mutual respect, shared belief, energy flowing both directions. That's how real foundations get poured, not with empty talk, but with trust built in pressure situations. When your franchise legend publicly backs your rookie quarterback after the biggest moment of his own career, that changes perception. Inside the building, outside the building, around the league. That's culture forming in real time. So was this the official launch of the Shedeur Sanders era? Did Garrett's words hit different for you? Do you believe something serious is building here despite the record? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's really talk about it. If you're locked in on this journey and want daily coverage on what's happening with this team, make sure you're subscribed to Browns Breakout right now. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Smash that like button if you believe in the direction this team is heading, and share this with every Browns fan who's been waiting for this kind of moment. The foundation is being laid. The leaders are aligned. And Cleveland might finally be turning the page.